Two sides, U.S. and Iran, are just on so opposite ends of the spectrum right now, with the U.S. President Donald Trump now saying that the ceasefire with Iran is, quote, on massive life support. This after the U.S. President received and rejected Iran's counter proposal to end the war. Remember, the United States had proposed a sort of MOU saying, look, let's first end the fighting and then we can tackle and untangle those more contentious issues, including Iran's nuclear program. But Iran had something else in mind. Let's bring up a reminder of what was in that counterproposal from Tehran. Iran was asking for an end to the war on all fronts, including Lebanon, compensation for war damages, an end to the sanctions, end to the U.S. naval blockade, a resumption of Iranian oil sales, guarantee of no further attacks, and Iranian sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. As a result, we are at this impasse, and so oil prices just keep on rising. We continue to monitor the price of Brent crude, the global oil benchmark, as well as West Texas Intermediate, the U.S. oil benchmark, and you can see Brent crude is trading higher, about 1% higher. Both remain at elevated levels, and we continue to keep an eye on AAA gas prices. The average cost of gasoline at the pump in the United States is now, I can't really read it on that screen, pardon me, but on this screen here, $4.52 a gallon, and that is the highest level since 2022. And I want to add that this spike in gas and diesel is costing Americans nearly $300 a month. Look, we're at an impasse. The U.S. president is digging in. Tehran is digging in as well. And economists are issuing a warning. We heard this from an economist at Jefferies, Mohit Kumar. He said this, quote, "We still think that we are moving towards a deal, but both parties want to have an upper hand in negotiations. The longer the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, the more negative it is for the global economy." And just to give you an idea of the tone that we're getting from Tehran, this is what we heard from Iran's parliamentary speaker, who continues to be very active on the social media platform X, saying this, quote, "There is no alternative but to accept the rights of the Iranian people as laid out in the 14-point proposal. The longer they drag their feet, the more American taxpayers will pay for it," unquote. And so it goes. Another day, the Strait of Hormuz remains effectively closed. And Alex, analysts are saying each day 10 to 12 million barrels of crude each day are getting choked off from the global energy supply as a result. Back to you.
And you think about how many days we've now gone through with this. So we know that President Trump is headed to Beijing. The U.S. has issued new sanctions for Iranian oil shipments to China. What can you tell us about that?
That's right. This is what we heard from the U.S. Treasury Department on Monday. A new round of sanctions targeting a number of individuals and companies who are accused of facilitating Iranian oil shipments to China. On the list, we have 4 Hong Kong-based companies, and this follows a previous round of sanctions that was announced by the U.S. Treasury Department on Friday. On that list, 2 China-based companies and 1 Hong Kong-based firm. Analysts have pointed out the U.S. Treasury Department has yet to go after Chinese banks. But all this is happening just days before the upcoming and highly anticipated meeting between the U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping, due to take place May 13th and May 15th this week. It is expected that Trump will press Xi to try to rein in Iran and find a way to reopen that critical waterway that is the Strait of Hormuz. Alex.